If he takes, at the top end, $5,000 to have a car stolen, $2,500 to buy a VIN package, another $500 to his person that does the actual re-VIN, he can sell that vehicle for pretty much the going rate. Even on an $80,000 Mercedes, he drops $10,000 off it. So he has a very high profit margin.
Some of these cars could be so well disguised that an honest buyer, even doing some checks, would not know.
Dollywall's profit on the BMW is $70,000 tax-free. He's so successful, he regularly hands Ilergy shopping lists of cars he needs. But now there's a new problem. Dollywall can't source enough wrecks to keep up with demand. Instead, he devises a whole new system for acquiring clean VIN numbers.
You can have your friend in California in a car lot reading off numbers to you, knowing that that car will never find its way back to Ontario, so that there won't be two cars with the same VIN number registered with the same transportation industry.
Soon, Dollywall has a team of spotters working all across North America.
So you could have a stockpile, as Bill Dollywall did, of clean VINs, as they call it.
With the steady flow of VIN numbers, Dollywall has Ilergy take a more systematic approach to stealing the huge number of cars he'll need.
Ilergy would teach aspiring professional car thieves exactly how to steal certain models. And he would demonstrate to them, and then he would have them steal these vehicles under his supervision. So there appeared to be actual car thieving classes.
Dollywall's army of young thieves spreads out across the city. Their first stop, the airport.
Toronto Lester B. Pearson International Airport, which was a fertile area because, understandably, people would leave their cars there for a period of time to go on flights.
In a 3-day period, Ilergy and his crew take 15 cars and don't leave the police a single clue. Ilergy then targets cars in downtown parking lots and private residences. With a network of criminals at his disposal, Dollywall is at the height of his game. He's selling cars at a rate of 6 per week and making $150,000.
Dollywall would re-VIN a car and sell it to someone. A couple months later, steal it back.
And he doesn't stop there. He pays off people inside car dealerships to make keys for him, allowing him to steal cars right off the lot.
Dollywall had the resources and the manpower to do as many cars as he was able to do.
The cars keep coming in. Dollywall is raking in millions of dollars a year. But what he doesn't realize, he's the target of a police sting. Bill Dollywall is at the top of his game. With an army of thieves at his command, he's stealing hundreds of luxury cars. He's also the subject of an intensive police investigation. In May of 1999, Dollywall is nabbed for possession of a stolen car and sentenced to 6 months behind bars. But even jail can't stop him.
He went into jail and continued to run the operation from there. So it was very obvious that this operation continued whether he was in jail or not.
While Dollywall's behind bars, his wife is busy running the auto body shop and the car theft operation.
With the Dollywall organization, police services had been trying to get him for small stuff, get him in possession of a car, we'll get him for selling a stolen car.
Bill Dollywall, for a number of years, had basically duped the law. He hadn't done a substantial amount of time in custody. He managed to be convicted of several minor offenses.
The police have had enough of Dollywall. They decide it's time to bring him down.
What we wanted to do was show the actual organization, show the system involved, show the complexity of it. And the best way we decided to do that was through the introduction of an undercover officer.
Now they must find a way to infiltrate the organization and get their evidence firsthand.
What was required was that we would find someone who's already associated to the group who was willing to come on side with the police and introduce an undercover operator as an associate of his.
At first, no one is willing to cooperate. Then in June of '99, they get a break. The cops arrest one of Dollywall's car thieves. In an effort to avoid jail, he cuts a deal.
It was put to him, would he introduce an undercover operator into the Dollywall crime group, and he agreed to do so.
The plan is for Detective Kelly to present himself as a highly skilled car thief. To prepare for this covert operation, Kelly is fitted with a wire.
On a day in June '99, I went with him in my car to Flagship Motors in Rexdale.
The informant introduces Detective Kelly to Dollywall and his wife Cooljet. In an effort to impress Dollywall, they talk up Kelly's car-stealing expertise. The plan works. Dollywall invites Kelly to join his team of car thieves. Detective Kelly works for months winning over Dollywall's trust. He's sent on numerous car thieving missions. On one run, he's dispatched to a local dealership where an employee has a plan for stealing high-end cars right off the lot. While pretending to discuss a service matter, he slips them the car key.
Then he throws the key on my seat as he meets us while he's pretending to do a little transaction with regards to servicing the vehicle that I was driving.
With key in hand, they return to Dollywall's shop. But there's a surprise waiting for Kelly. One of the thieves Kelly had tried to enlist as an informant is in the office.
Bill Dollywall told me that this guy here says that you're a cop, but we told him he's full of it, We know you're not a cop.
But Detective Kelly worries that Dollywall may be playing him. If Dollywall suspects the police are onto him, he may skip town.
Constable Kelly had done such a great job of gaining their trust that they really didn't want to believe he was an undercover operator. And we pretty much convinced them that he wasn't, but due to officer safety reasons, it wasn't worth the chance. So it was time to take down the organization.
Once we made the decision that the crime group was going to be arrested, we wanted to set up a scenario where we can still catch him red-handed. The day that they were arrested, I was having conversations back and forth, and I was going to be meeting with them to do a transaction for a BMW and a Toyota 4Runner. At the time of his arrest, he had VIN packages on him. There was an onboard computer that was in the vehicle. There was counterfeit documents. There was fraudulently obtained ownerships. There was keys to vehicles. He had a big wad of money in his pocket.
With Dollywall safely behind bars, the police continue their undercover operation. Pretending to arrest Detective Kelly, they put him in the cell next to Dollywall.
I ended up in a cell beside Bill Dollywall, and I had conversation with him there. And right to the end, Bill Dollywall is the big organizer. He's telling me what to say to the police. Tell them that you didn't know the car was stolen, you were just delivering it for someone. Tell them that you've never met me before, you don't know who I am. And during the course of the videotaped interview, I came into the room and introduced myself as a police constable with the Division of Police. And his face just went white. He knew what he had talked to me about. He knew the things that we had done or said we were going to do, and he knew that his goose was cooked, like he knew.
He was claiming to the undercover officer, we have no reason to doubt that, that he was making perhaps as much as $10,000 every car, $60,000 a week, $240,000 a month.
Based on wiretap conversations and the testimony of the undercover agent, Bill Dollywall is charged with running a criminal organization. His wife Cooljet and 3 employees are also charged and convicted of conspiracy to commit theft.
He basically had employees of his legitimate auto body repair enterprise also working in the criminal end of things.
Dollywall's master car thief, Claude Illergy, is charged and convicted to 7 years.
He pled guilty to engaging in extensive car thievery
After 15 years of stealing and cloning luxury cars, Bill Dhaliwal is sentenced to 10 years in prison.
We did get our mitts on the evidence about the operation and how it worked, thanks to the undercover officer, but we were never able to prove the full dimensions of the crime. There are, no doubt, hundreds of vehicles out there that are in the hands of unsuspecting, honest owners who do not know that they have a stolen car, and will never know.
I'm a firm believer that in what goes around comes around, and that the law caught up with Bill Dhaliwal.
Putting the howdunit into the whodunit, another all-new Masterminds double at the same time tomorrow. Next up, did sloppy detective work send the wrong man to jail? Stay with us for Fred Chichester's story.